however they please without any negative consequences, but you might go to jail. That's true. It's fucked up, it's unfair, but you have to protect yourself. All right? Some of the worst women you'll run into are in the conscious community. They're the ones calling themselves queens and goddesses. As soon as they call themselves that, you have to know what they are. They are your enemy. That's one of the biggest red flags you can ever have. Any woman that will call herself a queen or a goddess is your enemy. Okay? Women with these large egos, women who feel that they should be praised or who might praise themselves because of their femininity, their womanhood, or whatever you want to call it, they are your enemy. They will do things to show you that they're your enemy. They will talk as though they're not. But everything they say, and I'll give you an example. There was this one chick that stressed how important it was for black men to protect and provide for their women. When I put up a post kind of pointing out how it's important for black women to submit to black men, she took that as an insult. She was very offended and she went on the attack. And I actually had to take all of her posts and repost them on that thread, showing her that this is how she feels about black men, while black men deserve nothing in return. You expect black men to do all of this stuff. It's a long list. But you don't believe black men deserve shit from you. Black women in this country are your enemy. Even those sisters who are conscious. And I hate to admit that shit myself, because some of these sisters are physically, they're beautiful. Some of them say beautiful things, but when you ask about the nitty gritty topics, the things that really matter, they show you where their alliances lie. Their allegiance is with white supremacy. All right? They're for government control. That's how white supremacy works. And as long as she stands on the side of government, she cannot stand beside the black man. So when you're in these conscious, black conscious groups, when you're talking to black people who want to do something about police brutality, who want to do something about overall racism or whatever it is they're talking about, understand that the black women are with you, but only to a certain point. They might help you out here and there, but only to a certain point. By default, they're still on the side of white supremacy. They'll talk and hang out with you here just to make sure you're not doing anything to really upset master. All right? And I guarantee you, if you're doing something too hardcore, that black woman is going to go back to the authorities, back to the white man, and report you. There's several ways that black women show you that they're not really aligned with you. They're not for that black power shit. Not black pride, not black supremacy, nothing. They're not with that shit. They're with that whatever serves my purpose kind of shit. All right? There's several ways they do it. One way is they always, even the conscious sisters that know what the system is designed to do, they always manage to get pregnant by a man who does not want to be a father to her child. He does not want children, and what do? Inevitably, they end up putting this man on child support, and they go, well, what else am I supposed to do? I had no other possible options, you know? That's how they behave. They always pretend like they're so helpless. Child support is necessary. What's birth control? I never heard of that. Bitch, there are 87 different kinds of birth control and you never heard of it? The morning after pill? I've never heard of that. Abortion, adoption? Oh, that's wrong. They always have something for it. They always have some reason why they can't do the right thing. You have birth control, you have the morning after pill, you have abortion and adoption. I don't give a fuck if you agree with it or not. It doesn't fucking matter. These are your options, but instead of doing anything that might help out your situation, you decide to go ahead, have a child by a man who doesn't want to be a father, then complain that he's not handling his business or doing what he has to do. At the end of the day, you decided to reproduce with someone who didn't want to be a father. You decided that. And that's part of, and I know I'm kind of veering from the main point, but that is part of white supremacy. That's part of how the government works, because the government has a very sick sense of humor. White supremacy has a sick sense of humor. They gave the black woman birth control, and they gave her the day after pill to prevent unwanted pregnancy. And then they turned around and they gave her abortion and adoption, just in case the first two options didn't pan out. And then they said, you know what? Let's give her a knife to stab the black man in the back with, in case the other options we already gave her weren't adequate. And now these white supremacists are sitting back. The true elites are sitting back and they're laughing because black women are choosing to destroy their own race from the inside out. They are stabbing us in the back. The black woman has been weaponized against us, and people are not trying to hear the truth. They want to hear that shit that makes them feel good. They want to say and do shit that women will always support, despite the fact that women have been hijacked. They're not our women. They're our enemies now. Time to see reality for what it is. Okay? Black women choose to work against you. Yeah, that's my rant.